Japanese men send me messages, not with even a hello, how are you, my name is, just straight up asking me if I want to give them a blowjob.
To be honest, nobody talks to me.
I hold his hand, then we start holding hands, and as we're walking, because it's cold outside, he's like, let's go somewhere warm. This fool takes me to a love hotel.
Not to be offensive, but I'd really get off if I could call you nigger in bed. Bear in mind, this is like our 8th date. It's been like 2 or 3 months. I have a wife.
These Japanese people always like ghosting us like after hitting it.
Dating in Japan is crazy because you have Japanese men who will say and do things to you as a foreign woman that you know they 100% would never even consider doing to a Japanese woman. It isn't anything new. There's a lot of foreign women like myself who experience this with dating Japanese men. Now, obviously, it's not all Japanese men, but there are some Japanese guys out there who just don't take foreign women seriously. They'll go on a few dates with you, probably with the hopes of sleeping with you. They'll maybe date you for a little bit, but as far as like serious talk, like marriage and having kids, bringing you home to their families, a lot of them won't even consider doing that. But you best believe when it comes to asking foreign women to have sex and things like that, like I've straight up had Japanese men send me messages, not with even a hello, how are you, my name is, just straight up asking me if I want to give them a blowjob. And the reason why a lot of Japanese men view foreign women as like playthings is because
calling him up and asking for a blowjob. It's crazy work. It is. It's crazy.
For some reason, foreign women in Japan have a reputation of being easy. And by easy, I mean easy to sleep with. And the reason why I know that Japanese men talk crazy to foreign women but would never speak that way to Japanese women is because I've asked my Japanese friends, what's going on with your men? Like, why are they asking me for blowjobs and all this like weird sexual stuff when I've never even met them? And my friends are like, I've never had guys say those things to me or speak to me in that way. So yeah, these are the things that foreign women have to go through when dating in Japan. Of course, it's not all Japanese men that are like that, but a lot of them I've found to be, just thinking that foreign women are easy.
I wonder why.
I'm not even mad at him. I'm not mad at those guys because it's most likely not you, but what you won't do, someone else will. Now, I understand you weren't just a tourist. You most likely lived in the country, but the woman passing through though. Yes, I repeat, the woman passing through, the women that are there for 1 month, the women that are there for one night. I only need one night. For the woman that only need one night, the guys know, they open their mouth and it's very smart. They're going to get that one night. Closed mouths don't get fed. These sayings are around for a reason. I respect those Japanese dudes. For real.
You've been here for 9 years. Have you ever dated a Japanese person?
No.
No. Why is that?
Japanese guys, can you tell me the answer to the question? Really? I have no idea. I don't know. I think, to be honest, nobody talks to me. Nobody ever. No, they never talk to me. They never try to invite me out. There's another reason. That's from my side. I think when I first moved to Japan, I lived in the countryside, and I come from a very proud culture, where all types of people are beautiful, where black is beautiful, your body type doesn't matter, that kind of stuff. And when I moved to Japan, I noticed people were very obsessed with everything that was white or Caucasian. Like, people were bleaching their skin, whitening their skin for the posters. During summertime, everybody covered their skin. And all the men were very, very, weirdly obsessed with white women, Caucasian women, especially women with blonde hair. And my first couple of months here, I was watching it and I was like, what is this? At that time, I said, whoa, this is weird. This is very different. Now I don't care. But I think back then I was like, you know what? This is the society. They're really in love with white women. So I just kind of shut off my mind from Japanese men. And then I think it never really changed over the years.
Yeah, it doesn't change because when you're being ignored, it hurts. And she's handling herself well right now. because I know it was painful to even talk about. 19 years in the country? What were you doing? Oh, she got that magic rabbit. What is it called? It's not the rabbit. The bullet or the other one they use? What's the one they use? They were having parties for it? I forgot the name of it. But they were having parties for it in Atlanta. Yeah, well, if you were doing it, I don't blame you because those girls are nasty. They were having parties in Atlanta together, watching each other do it. Much respect to you for holding your head.
What do you think about like the Japanese people, like these Japanese people always like ghosting us like after hitting it?
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh,
That's messed up.
That's your stuff? What
No, that's messed up.
Okay, that's messed up. I thought you said that's your stuff. Like, yo, you ghost people.
No.
Okay, yeah. Those Japanese people are always like ghosting women
That'd be
after
crazy. That'd be
like
slow.
hitting it. I swear.
I didn't know that.
Oh, baby, like I swear.
That is just insane because it really shows the lack of emotional maturity.
Oh, talk to them, please. I promise you, like they be doing stuff. They be like ghosting us.
Man, I feel like it's not that hard to say, hey, I'm just not feeling this.
Have you been to Japan before?
Man, the guys are hitting it and quitting it. And you see even their women who are non-desirable. That doesn't happen. And I gotta say this, I'm sure it's happening to some white woman too. And it's clear, like I said, those guys look at them, see them as easy. How do they portray themselves? Especially my sisters. And it's not you, but how do they portray themselves in the West? They're paid to show themselves being like that. It's an agenda behind it. And you keep falling for it. Of course, the ladies are getting paid to do it, but that's how they see you. Black culture has impacted all of the worldwide in a positive way. I reacted to a video yesterday of a Chinese girl or Japanese girl. My niggas smoke triggers, not my niggas. No. Horrible. She should never be using that word. But who did she hear that from? She heard it from us.
Let me tell you guys the story time of dating my very first Japanese boyfriend. Okay, so boom. We actually ended up meeting on Tinder, which Tinder pretty much all over the world is pretty bad. But in Japan, like, it's not that bad because I met him. So we started talking for a little bit and then we ended up going on a couple of dates. After the first date, I could tell he really liked me because he was making plans for future dates saying, oh yeah, I like to go fishing and, you know, in the future, I'm going to take you fishing. So I was like, oh, this guy really likes me. First date, we go out to eat.
All right. You see, guys, a black woman got one. She got him. It can happen. They can get men in Japan, but it depends on your attitude. She seems like she has somewhat of a positive attitude. She got him.
To eat. Second date, we go out to eat. Third date, he rents a car, takes me to Okutama, takes me fishing, takes me sightseeing, takes me to the onsen, and pays for everything. But by the fourth date, this man hasn't tried to make a move. He didn't try to hold my hand, kiss me, nothing. I was getting a little confused. I'm like, does he really like me? Because he hasn't, even though I respect, you know, him keeping distance as far as like being touchy-feely or whatever, normally by second, third date, I've already kissed the guy. So the fact that we hadn't even hold hands, I was like questioning it. So with the fourth date, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We're walking around. I decided to make the first move. I hold his hand. Then we start holding hands. And as we're walking, because it's cold outside, he's like, let's go somewhere warm. And I'm like, okay, maybe we're going to go to like a cafe or something. No, this fool takes me to a love hotel. He doesn't announce it. He doesn't say,
He's trying to smash. I gotta hear out.
hey, we're going to go to a love hotel. Nothing like that. So we get to the love hotel. I know what a love hotel looks like. And we're inside and I'm like, I don't know what he thinks is going to happen, but he's not my man and I'm not sleeping with him. So I tell him that. I'm like, what, like, I don't know what you were expecting, but I'm not having with someone who's not my boyfriend. And he's like, I thought we were together. I was like, huh? When did we ever discuss being in a relationship? Apparently in Japan, by the third date is when you're supposed to confess your love or whatever for the
Supposed to be
person
like
you've
that
been
in US
seeing, and
too.
then that means that
Yeah.
you're a couple. You don't really discuss
Yeah.
like, hey, we're together. I guess that's just how it works, but I wasn't used to that, so I was confused. So basically, one night we were eating McDonald's before he took me home, and I spotted another interracial couple, a black guy and an Asian woman. And I was like, oh, look at that other interracial couple. He thought because I said other interracial couple, I was implying that we were already an interracial couple and that we were
You
together.
were.
I can't make this shit up. So basically he was like, yeah, I thought that we were, together, haven't been seeing anyone else. And I was just like, you may not have, but I sure have. Like, I've been dating other people because I thought I was still single. Long story short, we end up agreeing and coming to the conclusion, we are together, we are a couple. We have a love hotel and end up seeing each other. We ended up dating for like 6 months. I ended the
Let him hit
relationship
it.
because of it wasn't working for me in the long run. I knew this wasn't my person, but it was an interesting first experience dating a Japanese man.
Wow. No, but see, the way that they see it is the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to have unlimited dates with this one, that one, date this one, date the other guy. It leaves you in a world of confusion. But the woman in the West, this is what they're used to. And they wonder why they don't have a man. You see what happened with her? She heard what he said, probably felt the loneliness of not getting many Japanese guys, and said, I think I need to take him up on his offer. What did she do? She knew she had to compromise, and she did the right thing, right? She's not so much like Woman of the West. Why? Because Woman of the West would have said, take me home right now. How dare you? No, they probably gave it to him immediately, without even thinking about it. Immediately, throwing it back and everything, wiggling it, doing a wiggle on him. He like, do that wiggle one time, baby. Saying in Japanese, but yeah, she's willing to settle. That's good.
Enough people have asked me to do like a story time video on why I think dating in Japan is a nightmare, especially as a black woman. So here's that whilst I do my morning skincare and have my tea or whatever. So, example number 1. We are now, 2024, so 2022. I want to date with a Japanese guy from Tinder. Prefix now. Don't use Tinder over here. If you are a foreigner, even Japanese women, don't use Tinder over here. Anyway, went on a Tinder date with this Japanese guy. We went to Gyukaku, which is like a yakiniku place. Really good, really cool. We're having enjoyable, pleasant conversation, meats on the grill. Out of nowhere, he looks at me, bear in mind, he speaks English, looks at me and goes, how do you feel about race play? How do I feel about what? And as if I didn't hear him the first time, he chooses to elaborate in one of the worst ways and goes, not to be offensive, but I'd really get off if I could call you nigger in bed. Hard R, direct eye contact, the meat's burning on the grill, I'm trying not to scream. By the way, these are in no particular order. Incident number 2, I went on a series of dates with an older guy. I'd say he was 30, what was he, 36? I think, 36 at the time, and I had just turned 21, 20? Anyway, went on a series of dates with him. We were getting along really well. I wasn't, super into him, but the dates were going well, and, if things had progressed, I think it would have been okay. Well, on our, 8th date or something like that, we're good, 3-4 months into seeing each other, we're again at a restaurant. Maybe I need to stop eating with these men, I don't know. But he looks me in my face and he's like, I'm really into you. I think I could see, stuff progressing between us. But I think I should tell you now instead of later. Bear in mind, this is, our 8th date. It's been, 2 or 3 months. I have a wife.
Excuse me?
That he also had a daughter, same age as me, that also goes to my university. So, fun. But, yeah. He waited until we were, 2 or 3 months into dating and doing whatever the doing to tell me that he was married. Not the first time that's happened. This isn't a specific incident, but I feel like they are notoriously bad at texting. They either blow.
Wow. You guys know what she just confirmed? She was with it. She was with the hanky panky. That's not such a bad thing. I'm not going to shun it, right? Because she said it. She said, let alone other things. You guys know what that means. You're all adults.
Blow up your phone, or they take like 2 to 3 business days to get back to you. And I understand what, like, people are working, people are busy, but it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you are just not communicating with me. And what I've noticed is that if it's one of the ones that don't text you like regularly or take ages to text you back, if you do not text them first, you either won't speak again or they get really pissy. It's incident number 3. So what, 2019 all the way up until 2021. Well, 2019 I got engaged after 3 months. We were together for 2.5 years, 2 years. Bear in mind, this man was like, I'll kill myself if you ever leave me. I love you, blah 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 blah. Pandemic hit and he basically cheated on me. The first opportunity he got, and dumped me on Valentine's Day over text. So fun. Tinder again. Instant number, what are we on, 4 or 5 now? I went on a date with this guy who was like, I want to like woo you. I want to like romance. I want to buy you flowers, do this, that, and the other. So he picks me up and drives me to a love hotel, and I'm like, I'm not sleeping with you, nigga. I don't even know your name properly because his Tinder profile is a mess, as most of the Tinder profiles over here are. And he starts crying. He's like, I haven't had sex in so long. I just spare coochie, man. Please give me some pussy. Do I look like... This isn't even my issue, but one guy that I used to be friends with, he was my friend's friend. I never liked the guy. I'm with my best friend, then cheated on her or threw her into the and assaulted another girl into a relationship, cheated on her, then got married and is now cheating on the wife because, yay, these men and the women actually, they like to cheat over here. I'm Caribbean, so it's not like I'm not used to, cheating culture, but fucking hell. I went on one date with a guy that was actually really enjoyable, and then we were talking about tattoos and piercings because I do tattoos as like a hobby, and he asked me if I could do him a tattoo, so I brought him back to my place. That was my fault, I understand, but hey, brought him back to my place just so I could do the tattoo, thinking he would leave. This was a Monday evening. Why was this man in my house until Thursday? And don't be like, oh, well, you should have asked him to leave. It's your house. I did. I was raised by a Caribbean woman. If I don't want someone in my space, I don't want him in my space. I told him, when are you going home? Not even when are you going home. Can you go home? Leave. Oh, I just want to spend more time with you. Okay, I don't. It took me 3 days to get this man out of my house. I couldn't even sleep in my own bed. And this is very regular. Do not let these men in your house if you don't want them in your house 24/7 because they won't leave. They genuinely won't leave. Even if you tell them, it's always, oh, well, I live so far. I want to spend more time together. Oh, you don't like me. No. The multitude of men that will, hit on you, ask you to, like, get involved with them or whatever, and then they'll be like, I don't use Line, or I don't use social media, this, that, and the other. Especially if a Japanese man tells you he doesn't use Line, he's lying and he has a girlfriend. If he tells you he doesn't use Instagram, he's probably once again lying and he has a girlfriend. Or he wants to stalk you without you knowing. Again, very common. It's happened to, I think, nearly all of my friends. It's happened to me on a multitude of occasions. Think smart, ladies. And this may just be me coming from the UK, but I feel like with British men, they are very direct if they're just looking for pussy. Like, if a man is just trying to fuck, he's very, can I have some coochie and go home? And, the dating pool in general is fucked, but I can appreciate the honesty. Here, these men will start straight with the love bombing. I love you, I would die for you, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. As soon as they get some pussy, it's like they drop dead the next day and you will never hear from them again. Just, be careful, protect your peace, because it's genuinely the fucking trenches out here.
Wow, she's not the only one that said it. They smash and dash and don't give them a piece of cash. All they want is that, and they hate it. They hate it. They're being used. Of course, I would hate it too. I'm not gonna lie. I would hate it too.
Japanese men love their black women. Forget everything you've heard. I know they have all these Japanese beauty standards, but
I think she down with the smoke. Japanese men love their black women.
trust me when I say they love their black women. If you're single, get an Asian Cupid. Do whatever it is that you have to do.
Oh,
These men are faithful. They're very family oriented, big into fitness, and they're going to treat you right. So, for all my single sis, If you have a trip planned to Japan, even better for you. But just know you heard it here first. They love their black women. So go find you an Asian guy.
Yeah, she's taking it.
Specifically, a Japanese Asian guy. Okay? Just know you heard it here first.
Oh, somebody gave it to her. I knew that look in her face. She got something good, or she had a few good experiences out there, and has butterflies. She's floating right now. She's with all the smoke. Seriously. I knew that look. I see it in your eyes. You want it. I see it in your eyes. You always want it. You need it. She's with it, seriously.
Can you tell me about the hookup culture in Japan?
Hookup culture?
Yeah.
It's pretty normal in Japan. We have, it's called Yariman and Yarichin. It's called boy and girl.
What about married couples?
Oh, it's even more common.
Really?
Yeah.
Do Japanese girls cheat more than guys?
Nah. Japanese guys cheat more than Japanese girls.
What's your stance on cheating?
I think it's dangerous because a lot of STDs and stuff like that, and emotional damage, STDs. So I think people should stick to their partners. It's safer.
Didn't you say before that it's fine to cheat if both are married?
No. Just wanted to look cool, appear nonchalant and detached, but I don't really agree with that because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so some of those girls, like for instance, the girls I reacted to yesterday, they could have been hookup culture girls. It's out there too. A lot of black guys go out there and partake in it. I mean, that's what they want. That's what, when guys travel, that's what a lot of them want. Not every guy, but a lot of them. And they're all for it.
Play with me again. For a man to think that he can play with me when I done up my standards.
I wasn't shocked at the audacity.
When I done set my boundaries. When I'm standing on my...
Oh no, let me I can't do that. She gotta go. Right now, we left the country, she gotta go. Nobody's hearing that.
To you, I never knew what living life was until I left the country at 23 and moved to Thailand. Like, my living expenses is cheap as hell. I'm spending the max $500 on all my bills on the food and travel expenses. Versus America, I was spending 5 bands a month just to live, just to travel, on the car, on the house. And it's to the point to where I don't even realize what day it is, what time it is. I didn't stop counting. I'm literally just here living life in the moment how it's really supposed to be. And I never would have been able to experience that if I never picked up the phone and started to record videos. As I started to build up my platform, it started to generate thousands and thousands of dollars a month. And by my job being on my phone, they gave me the locational freedom to travel and post and work whenever the fuck I want. And whether you want to travel to Thailand, Brazil, South America, it really doesn't matter. With content creation, you have the freedom to do what the fuck you want to do. And if you want to know how to build your platform up and get here to the point to where you can travel and do whatever you want to do, actually live your life, comment down below.
Yeah, man. Now, me, myself, I see a lot of guys, they did book my consultation, and I'm happy they did, because right now, I have it for a low cost of under $125. And I understand what he's saying. That was my number one reason for leaving the West, not the woman. I did leave for the woman, but it wasn't mostly for the woman. It was mostly for the lower cost of living. I did some research through my wife, though. I didn't look at videos. I talked with her, and I knew for sure it was the place I wanted to be. Right? I knew it was a low cost of living. I knew for sure I would be able to get everything that I was getting in the West. And when I came over here, I realized, wait a minute, I can get everything I get there and more. I'm talking about this is when the delivery apps weren't out yet, like the Grabs, all of those things, right? But I came over here, everybody was delivering. I said, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me over here is more convenient than being in New York City? I got to know the truth. And so when I heard all the women saying, oh, over there in Philippines is like this, over there in Thailand is like this, I sit back and go, you have no idea, baby. And when guys come over, they see it too. They go, wow, they don't have malls like this over there. Wow. And it costs less too. And it's good for my body. I can be in the heat all the time. I come from a cold climate. I come from New York City. At one point, I lived in upstate New York. I was pretty much living in Canada. Freezing. I'm talking about my wife seen it. I be speaking to her at times below 20. I had to go outside and shovel. I'm out there shoveling for 10 minutes. My toes are freezing. So to go from freezing to where I am now, I feel like I'm winning. But yeah, guys, be sure to subscribe. Other than that, peace out. See you next video.